blues is a form of music that preceded pop and R&B music. It started in the very early part of the last century in the 1920s and maybe just a little bit before then. And it formed the basis of many of the forms of music that we have today. Many of the tools that we have in our toolkit are based on that. The form of the blues, and I must mention that we have singers, great singers like Bessie Smith and Ma Rainey, who started all of this way back when in the 1920s, and they were singing with growling textures and things of that nature and some pentatonics. I want to make sure that you know that the blues form is based on 1-4-5 changes in terms of chord changes, and that filters through many of the pop and R&B songs that we have even today. So I want to make sure that you know what the form is, and I'd like for you to sing the roots. I'm going to play and sing the roots for you. So we're going to do this in the key of C. And this is Do. So it's based on 12 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. La. La, 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 you're back to the top. So if we sing a song like, they call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Not filling in any spaces yet. Well, maybe a little bit. They call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Yes, it is. Sorry, had to do that. Wednesday's worse. Thursday's oh so sad. Now that's a slow down home blues, but if you speed it up and you do a song like Tutti Frutti, it's still based on the same chord progressions. Take a look at those and then listen to Tutti Frutti once again. Listen to Duffy's Mercy. As you're listening to these, think about the chord progressions that are happening under these singers. This particular form has transcended time, going from the 1920s to the 1950s and 60s with rock and roll, through to the 70s with 60s and 70s with Marvin Gaye, singing Ain't That Peculiar, and then the 2000s even with Duffy singing Mercy. And so with Duffy's song, there's just only a slight change, but the blues progressions are still there.